Hey, good morning. It's Lawrence here, and it is 4:26 in the morning right now in Ho Chi Minh City, and I'm about to go do my visa run. Why am I doing this? It is pretty much the cheapest and fastest way to exit the country, get a new visa, and I'll be back by the end of the day. Yeah, by the way, I'm actually going with a tour, not by myself, just to make sure everything is safe and smooth. Yeah, stick around to the end to hear my thoughts about how I felt about this journey and this whole process. And yeah, maybe I get some tips and pointers to what to avoid for you if you're gonna try to do this next time. All right, I'm switching up to my GoPro now, and yeah, let's get to it. All right, so I just checked in to the agency, so I just grabbed a printout of my current visa, which is what you need. So they printed it out for me already, so I'm gonna need that to exit Vietnam when I get to the border. And after, yeah, so now I'm just gonna wait for the group to get here. Once everybody's here, then we load up in the car and we're gonna head out. So this journey will actually be taking us from Ho Chi Minh City, which is Saigon, all the way to the Cambodian border. And once we get there, if you register with the agency in time, they could actually get you the Cambodian visa as well, actually. But unfortunately, I did this kind of last minute, so once I exit the Vietnamese border, I'm going to be applying for a Cambodian visa on arrival at the foot border. And yeah, we'll go through that whole process and we'll see how it goes. So let's get to it. Well, when the group arrives. Alright, so here we are. This is it. And we just gotta walk over to the border or the crossing and exit the Vietnam. Making our way out. Goodbye, Vietnam. Hello, Cambodia. I'll be back soon. Yeah, by the way, this journey is not that easy for me right now. I had gout a few days ago, and this walk is a bit painful, but this is the 6th day of this gout, so it's starting to heal. But if you want to hear me talk about that, right here. All right, now that we're almost here, I should turn this off because I don't want any trouble with security. There's a coffee shop at the entrance, but I advise you to be cautious with your time. The line can fill up really fast. Pretty busy today. Last time I came here, there was only like 5 people, but it looks like there's about 30 people today. As soon as I got on the line, a group of over 10 people just showed up. And by the time I got to the front, the line was out the door. At this point, as soon as you get your exit stamp and head out, you will see this duty-free shop with this table. Make sure to take the time here to take a photo of your exit stamp with 2 pages, like so. Send it in to your agent so they could begin the process. All right, that was slightly stressful because it was so busy. Afterwards, I think there was like almost 100 people there. Last time I was there, I've only done it once ever, and it was maybe like 10 people max. But today there was over 100 people, I swear. And I think it was because the past week or so, they've been completely closed because of the Tet holiday, because this is the first week that they've been open. They just probably opened just Monday, and today's Wednesday, so it's the first week that they've opened since the Tet holiday, so I guess everybody's just rushing to get their visa. But now that I just exited the Vietnamese border, now I'm gonna make the walk into Cambodia. Take a look. Here we go. Walking into Cambodia. So this is a fairly short walk, just about a few hundred meters. Since you've already sent that exit stamp in, you could take your sweet time crossing over. Once you get up to the gate, if you already have your Cambodian visa, you may enter through the left. And if you need to apply for a visa on arrival, go to the building on the right. This process here is very simple. You simply fill out this form and pay the fee, which is 35 USD or 1 million VND. And within a few minutes, your Cambodian visa is ready, and you may proceed to the building on the left and enter Cambodia through customs. Once again, you have to fill out that exact same form for the customs security officer. After customs, as soon as you exit the building, you will come across these 2 shops. One is a print shop, which will be where you pick up your Vietnamese visa when it's ready. And the other is a coffee shop. And just to the side, there are washrooms available as well. All right, so that's pretty much it. So I just made it across the border. So I'm technically in Cambodia. If you turn around here, you can see that's that same Cambodian border crossing building that I just exited through. And behind me, I just showed you the road. You can see there's a lot of casinos here just because in Vietnam, gambling is illegal. So a lot of people just cross the border, do all the gambling, and then go home either with some winnings or empty pocket. But we got a few hours to kill. That's something you could think of. One thing I just wanted to put a note, there's a lot of like kidnapping warnings right now in like Myanmar, Thailand. I'm not sure about Cambodia, but just kind of be careful. I didn't venture too far off. I actually haven't ventured too far off, so I'm a little bit skeptical, but I'm sure it's a bit safe. I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen some people like just walking around kind of going far, but I'm just kind of lay low and stay by the border here, behind the gates, where I know it's for sure 100% safe, nothing's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna chill here, wait around, just kill time. As you can see, just at the gates, there's a coffee shop there, so I see there's coffee, there's juice, there's some stuff you could buy there. I'm not exactly sure the full menu. Might be a little pricier because right after you cross the exit the gate of the custom, there's a lot of shops as well, like a few stalls, but then that's like real Cambodia, lots going on. As soon as I walked out there, people kept pulling up and were like, hey, taxi, you want this, you want that? And I was just like, okay. It's getting quite a bit, it's getting a little overwhelming, so I just kind of slowed down and then turned back. Yes. Oh, sorry. All right, so that happened. As I mentioned, it's kind of sketchy filming at these kind of places. It's always a little sensitive, obviously for security reasons, and exactly what I expected. Just when I was filming that thing earlier, security came and told me, hey, turn it off, and like was, well, he didn't harass me or anything. He just asked me what am I doing and stuff, and I just kind of showed him my passport, my tourist, my visa, and they just told me to get out of here and turn that camera off. But yeah, pretty much that's it. But so yeah, pretty much I'm just gonna wait around for a little bit and just wait for the visa to get approved, and as soon as that, it's time to head home. Seriously, like we kind of lucked out because right when we got to the exit, as I mentioned, it got super busy, and like there was still one person I saw that's from our group. He was like slowly walking in, and between me and him there was like over 20 people in between. So and this is kind of like time sensitive. We're supposed to get that photo of a stamp page sent to the agent, so then they could get that process right away, so we could get it within like 3 to 4 hours. Because if we do it after 8 a.m., there's a chance that it might get delayed for another like 5, 6, maybe even to the next day. So that's like all this is kind of like time sensitive. So I hope that guy's okay, but we'll see what happens. But either way, that's my situation today. So I'm just gonna sign out right here, and yeah, check in a bit, and I'll tell you my whole experience and my thoughts about it afterwards. All right, so here we go. So it's 11 o'clock right now. The agent said we'd probably get it between 12 and 1, but it's 11. So we crossed the border at exactly 8 o'clock, so it took exactly 3 hours. And here we go, got my visa, and it's time to cross the border. So here we go. This is where we exit. Let's do this. Just like that, I exit Cambodia, and now it's time to make my walk back. The long journey back. So this thing is the exact middle point. So on this side it says Vietnam, and this side is Cambodia. So now we're one side, and now we cross to the other side. And I will say, it took a lot faster than I thought, because they did say 12 to 1, and it's only 11. And I'm trying to get back as soon as possible, because the last time I did this, I only did it once ever. This is my second time. But by the time I got to the Vietnam exit, there was 2 tour buses that got there. So whoever that was part of my group went first, got through first, and then I had to wait an extra hour in line because the tour bus just was full of tourists, obviously just came in between us. So just to avoid any more BS waiting in line, if anything, if I had to wait for the rest of the group, at least I could be in Vietnam and sit by a coffee shop and just chill out. And finally, we are back to where we got dropped off. The guide and agent is at the coffee shop waiting for us. There are plenty of options for food if you're hungry, and as soon as everyone in the group arrives, it's time to head home. And just like that, you have another 90 days in Vietnam. So my final thoughts on this visa run, I thought going with the agency and doing it together with a group is much more safer and convenient.
And because you're with the group, people there were actually really friendly and helpful, and they kind of like stuck together. So especially if it's your first time, it's definitely a much safer and like less stressful way to be doing this. Yeah, it's definitely the cheapest and fastest option. So if you're tight on time and need a visa within a day, this is the way to go. But be sure to plan ahead and book ahead of time. And for some tips, first off, I would say you should bring some food, just because the options there are very limited. So bring food, bring drinks, bring snacks. Crossing the border with that stuff is definitely no problem. And bring entertainment or something to pass the time, whether it's your laptop to do some work, a tablet or your cell phone for entertainment. Be sure to download whatever shows and podcasts beforehand, just because the service there is not the greatest. So having that prepared is always good to pass the time. But stuff to beware of. First thing, I want to talk about the printer scam. Going with the agency, when your visa is ready, you have to get your visas printed. So there's 2 booths there that are printing shops. One of them should be free if you go with the agency, but the other one, if you go to the wrong place, they'll be quick to swoop in and try to get you to print it. And obviously after you print it, you got to pay for it. So you want to avoid that. So the second thing you want to watch out for is the passport scam. I didn't experience or notice any of it in the Cambodia side, but when you go back to the Vietnam side, whether you're on the way out to exit Vietnam or on the way back to re-enter, there are people at the gate or just outside the building asking passport, as if they need to check your passport before walking in. But do not trust anybody, especially anybody who's not wearing any uniform. Just do not give your passport to absolutely anybody except for the officer at the gate, at the booth, that person that's supposed to be pushing through. Because if you give your passport to anybody else, they're going to take off and you won't be getting it back unless you pay them for it. But then there's also guys that try to fast track you. You pay for the service, but honestly, you don't need that stuff. So just watch out for those guys. For more information about the service and cost about this company, check out the links below for my article that breaks it all down. This company is definitely one of the most trusted amongst expats in Ho Chi Minh City. I hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching. Bye.